I just wanted to thank my supporters. You literally got me through this so far. It is appreciated. This is where I went. This is Arcadia. I guess we'll start over here. I had a bunch of cardboard. This gets rid of that nicely. I don't know if I'll use the compost, but I will definitely have less practices. I guess we'll start here with the water systems. Got some bees back. That's good. That's good. Anyway, it's just a huge tarp, and then it goes into this huge bucket. It's important that you do this. That's just there because it has to go somewhere, you know. It helps. Coming this way, here's the original water catchment and the water filter I made. When in doubt, boil it out. What it is it's a pretty sizable layer of river rocks and then a sizable layer of charcoal. I think call it like 3 inches for each. And then down here, I think it's about there, is a layer of sand. And it just drains out into here. It's dyed that color because it comes through these trees. But believe me, it greatly improves the quality from this barrel. Let's see. Over here we have the speed composter. Sorry about it. But you know, this one's underway, and so that'll be my first batch of real compost in here. It's mostly coffee grounds and leaves. I don't really produce much waste out here, which was the point. This is my old shower area. It is no longer the shower area. Let's see. Over here, this is where the bean garden has gone. And purple tree collard, we'll see if it works. But I've discovered plants while I've been out here that I did not think could exist on this earth. Here we have fava beans and lentils with native wood sorrel. So that's what grows there now. Behind it, we'll have some scarlet runner beans that grow up these trees. This is a Seminole pumpkin bed. They grow through the height of the summer and up trees. And you see I've left some of the thicket where I could, and this massive 20 to 40 foot tall hedge wall grows back every year. The lower layer is privet, which grows at the edge. It will do nothing else but exactly what you see it doing there. If you need something quick that'll grow, say around a small shack to protect you from the sun, privet will do it, but it will not be containable. Here there's more Seminole pumpkins. I've got these beds scattered throughout the forest. This was supposed to be an herb garden. I think it's grown chives. That's about it. It was supposed to be chives and parsley. Who knows, maybe it is. Then over here, we have mint contained by this to make sure it doesn't climb out of there and that nothing else can climb in. You see that? That's honeysuckle. Extremely invasive, actually. Here you see the power cables. And another thing here, I realized I had cut down too much through here, right? And so I left a couple of sweet gums. They'll grow up real quick, and then I'll just carry these scarlet runners across. And again, I'll have a nice layer. Basically year round to some extent. Anyway, if you just need some trees in a hurry, sweet gum, privet, and pine will do it. And you see, these vines grow up them, and then sometimes my vines grow up them. So that's a treat. Here we have the main garden bed. It took me an extremely long time to do this, as the dirt from it came from down the hill. We'll go there next. This bed, it's supposed to be herbs. We'll see how it goes. Parsley and chives, and that's what was supposed to go there with some holy basil in the back. This is Swiss chard. That definitely it will take a beating in the cold and should carry out through the winter here. And then behind it, I have artichokes planted. A little too late, but it's fine. I just want them to live and, see if they make it through the winter. I think the chard and the artichokes will both make it here. And then lentils. Can you see it? Those are lentils I got planted behind it. There. This is newly completed at long last. And what that is at the moment it's amaranth. I'll take you over here and show you why I'm so excited about this. These didn't make it to raised status, you know. They will grow just out of the ground. Buckwheat, lentils, and amaranth will grow basically anywhere. Or you could do this and establish a crop cycle. Buckwheat, it'll grow right until it gets warm, which is about coming up on now. You can see it flowering. And then, can you see that? It's so bright out here. That is amaranth, and it's scattered throughout there, and it'll stay back in the shade of these plants until they die off, and then they will grow and take over. The crop rotation is in effect. So you're going to want to throw buckwheat out the second you think the frost is gone, and then amaranth seeds with it, and the amaranth will wait until it gets warmer. And then you want to separate areas for fava beans and lentils, and then another one behind that as the scarlet runners rise up when it gets warmer still. But none of it will be out of the way in time except for buckwheat and amaranth. That's basically the heart of this whole place. And then over here I have beds started for ground cherries. People say they're like tomatillos. They're basically like little tiny tomatoes that taste like pineapples. I believe the species I have may be endangered, and they are definitely drought resistant. This is the solar array. These worked very well, the big ones. The little ones are basically a waste of time, but the big ones are what saved this place and me over the winter. And you see, everywhere I can, I just leave it wild for the native pollinators and whatever else comes by. Coming out here, this is blackberries. I'm gonna put a fencing up here, and you can see they made it through the winter. All three of them made it through the winter, and they are just going crazy now. And behind that, we have fig trees. We got 2 fig trees behind that. Then this large wooden berm. It's partially for defense as much as anything. But, you know, over time, that'll turn into, you know, nice composted soil. This I have contained, but the English ivy is the most horrible plant, and it will be a very long struggle to eradicate it because it wants to eat my wonderful cedar tree. And coming out this way, and you can see from all the way over here, you can sort of see the road again. This is less than ideal for sure. And so what I've done is planted this mulberry tree that should grow 30 feet tall, and that will take care of that problem once and for all. This mulberry tree and those blackberries will spread with runners, and then my intent is to collect those. And there is the farm. Coming through here, this is what kept me alive through the winter when my power failed, because they were in the wrong spot. It's extremely messy. That's what happens when you have an emergency. But this is the kitchen area, the outdoor kitchen. I remembered the word for this thing was a pavilion. And so I built this, and this is from the last time I used it. A lot of this, like that right there, is biochar. Because you just wait until it's burning pretty good and put it out. You know, it's basically like charcoal that was bubbled out underwater. And so, got a little bit of a dip there. Just douse it when it's nice and good. And then there you go. Probably about $20 worth of it just sitting there now. And that's what this is for. And then, of course, I just put it in buckets. You're going to need a good axe. And you're going to want to put it down on something like this and then just chop away, because that's not going to do by hand, I tell you that. Okay. So that's up here. This is going to be a little bit of a walk to get me here. But down here is where all that dirt has been coming from. Oh. Okay. And I set up a little bit of a firing range down here too. That's what those cans are for. It's nice down here, still under the forest canopy. I need these rocks. You will need these rocks as well if you're trying to recreate this. The last people trashed it, of course, with exotic, just litter of all kinds of bizarre nature. I believe this was at one point a pool on top of a bunch of glass or something, so that was a charming treat. Oh, down here I've used some of the rocks to make a little shower floor, you see? And this is basically part of the idea of what the whole floor is going to be made out of here. For a while though, I've just been using this shower bag. Just put it up in the sun, you get a warm shower.